Hey everyone, I'm Lucas Kwiatkowski. I'm a full-time Amazon PPC manager, and I'm gonna keep trying to make these videos with more advanced PPC tactics that I know I've implemented in a lot of my clients' campaigns through a lot of testing. Some work, some don't. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys more of a low-hanging fruit kind of strategy today that I'm not, again, any of these, I'm not promising results, but from what I've seen, these are very, very low hanging fruit and they're very cheap. They're very easy to set up. So there's kind of one manual and one automatic campaign that I want to walk through here. Now, the first one is going to be a manual campaign, and what I kind of call this is a forced auto campaign. So if you think about it, when you set up an automatic campaign, Amazon is taking your SEO and your product and they're finding keywords that are relevant to your product, but you have no control over exactly where they're showing your ad. So if you want to force their hand a little bit, what I've come up with is, you see, I have this campaign here called Single Keywords Manual. And what this is it's pulling every single, so you can see there's targets here, 122, 87, 109, and you can see how low the bids are here. All right. And then the ACoS, 5%, 6%, some are higher, and that's what I'm saying. This doesn't always work out. But for most of these, this is a very, very low ACoS. Just for comparison, just to show you another manual campaign in this account, this is what the main manual campaign did last month. So it spent $684 with 7,000 in sales going after the generic keywords. And then this one did $688 with 10,000 in sales. So that's just kind of a comparison. Not, that this account does have a very low ACoS, but still these clicks, you can see these were 10 cents and these were 24 cents. So that's the idea of this, what I call a forced automatic campaign, even though it's a manual. So to walk through this here, let's say that we are selling a coffee maker. All right. Now, let's just take any of this here, one of them that has a little more SEO. So the idea here is to take every single keyword that you're indexed for and bid on that as its own keyword in a broad match. Now, I know it's kind of a mile wide and inch deep strategy where you don't want these bids to be higher than 10 or 12 cents, maybe 8 cents in some cases. But if you think about it, for all of your SEO, if you're selling this Ninja coffee maker, your index for the keyword Ninja, your index for the keyword classic, reservoir, thermal, right? So when Amazon's doing an automatic campaign, they're kind of piecing that together, saying, okay, it's a thermal classic coffee maker, and they put that together based off of your SEO, based off of what you've told them. So, and you have SEO in your title, you have it in your bullet points, and then you have it in your description or EBC, even though technically the EBC doesn't contribute to SEO. You can still pull these keywords for PPC. So the idea here, if you're selling this, you want to use, it's just this is a tool, it's a keyword density analyzer. You can probably find another one. This is the one I use. But what we want to do is find all of the single keywords that we are indexed for, okay? So what I would do is take the title, plop it in here, take the bullet points, put them in there, and then copy all of the keywords in the EBC. So, I would copy all of this and throw it in there and paste everything in here so you just get one jumbled mess of all your words. Now, you don't want to do this necessarily until your SEO is done, because if you've done your SEO correctly, your bullet points are probably going to be much longer than this. You're going to have a lot more keywords. So you're going to have a better idea of what you want to be bidding on. One more thing to not forget is to put your back-end search terms in here as well. Now for this one, I select plain text. I do minimum word length, 1 because I just want these single keywords. Do submit. I'm sure there's plenty more density analyzers out there. This is just the one I use. So I also just going off of this, I use this for a lot more advanced strategies. If you like, say you pull a whole search report and plop in all of the search terms that we're converting here, you can get the 2-word phrases that come up the most. You can get the 3-word phrases that come up the most. Flavor extraction, thermal flavor. Now, this SEO isn't that great, but you can kind of see what it spits out here. So if you want to aggressively go after 2-word phrases, you can do that based off of this density analyzer. For this example, we're looking at these single ones. This one's nice because you can export it right here. So all you do, I'm not going to walk through the steps of setting up this campaign here, but all you're going to do is copy and paste. So these are just 39 keywords from the title and bullet points. So this product is indexed for 39 individual words in the title and the bullet point. This didn't include the description or the search terms. Most people are indexed for about 150 to upwards of 200, more than that, individual keywords. Then you come in here, you create a new manual campaign with them, and you plop them in there as broad matches. So you can see this guy, he's got 122 targets, 87 targets, 109. Those are all the single keywords that were in the listing that were showing up for the listing. And the idea is to force Amazon's hand. So if you're just bidding on the word programmable, it might seem counterintuitive, but since it's a broad match and much more plays into it, you might be getting impressions and clicks for programmable coffee makers or very, very similar keywords to that. And they're going to be so cheap, and they're not going to be on page 1, they're going to be on page 5, page 6, and just other places that people aren't advertising. So this is one of the best low-hanging fruit strategies that I've seen. You kind of set it and forget it. You want to check it. It's not going to work the same for all of your SKUs. It works much better for some than others, but it's definitely a great strategy that you want to try out. Now, the other low-hanging fruit option is even easier to set up. What this one is an automatic campaign for all of your products. So when you set up automatics, I know it's a rule to have one SKU for one ad group, and that is what you should do. You should set those up. You should put them at aggressive bids. Those should be your research campaigns. But especially with bigger brands, what I've seen is if you do one campaign with all of your products in one ad group, it does amazing. So you'll see here, this is an automatic, this is the old auto, that's why it's only got one target and not the 4 ones. 498 products last month, 8% ACoS. This is a very large account, I understand that, but you can kind of see that last month, the ACoS for the account was 16%, and the cost per clicks was 45 cents. So for this campaign, the cost per click was 16 cents. So it's about a third of the cost of clicks, and it just kind of runs. It's the same thing where these aren't ads that are trying to get to page 1. These are ads that are really letting Amazon do the work, because you throw them in here, you set them up, and then you kind of force Amazon's hand a little bit. So with this one, you might want to come in a little later and click in here and see if there's some products that are getting a lot of wasted ad spend. But these metrics, I see them repeated across almost all of these campaigns I set up. I say almost all because this isn't going to work for everybody, but from what I've seen, these automatics in these single word manuals really, really work out great. And then kind of with the single word manuals that I was going off of, you need to think of that as more of an automatic campaign and more of a research campaign. So if you're just bidding on the single word flavor, You might get some very, very interesting customer search terms that are tied to this, and they're only going to cost you 6 to 8 cents. So these are almost better research tools than automatic because you're forcing Amazon to at least have some sort of data to go off of instead of just saying, hey, here's an automatic campaign, throw this out. All right. So I'd be interested to hear, I've probably run these campaigns in over 50 accounts and they've never really failed me. So I'd be interested to hear the results that you get from this. Just again, this is called tools.seobook.com. It's got some other stuff in here, but this keyword extraction is a really, really cool tool. If you really know your keywords well, you can get some cool data here. And all right, guys, I hope this helps and you're able to implement this into your campaigns.